Hello everybody, and welcome to part 4 of this series. For those who don't know, this video will be part of a collection of videos, so make sure you check out the first videos. Otherwise, you might be a bit confused about what's going on. For those who are less confused, welcome back. For this stream, our goal was to have sex with 2 people, one of them being a bit more challenging than the other one. For those of you who aren't keeping track, we've died 43 times, crashed 6 times, and have had sex with 7 people. Our overall goal was to complete the base game while only having 1 HP. The rules for this run are: Number 1, we were not allowed to use any armor or wear any clothing. Number 2, we could not have any companions whatsoever. Number 3, we are not allowed to use VATs. Number 4, every location in the base game must be found if we could reach them. And number 5, we had to have sex with everyone we possibly could. Now that the rules are set and the goal is clear, let's rock and roll. Starting at Casa Madrid, we fast-traveled to New Vegas Medical Clinic. We then went north to try to find a vault. I didn't know which vault, I just thought for some reason that there was a vault up north. Either way, we needed to find these locations anyway. While wandering, we pondered how are we going to get into Nellis Air Force Base. We eventually stumbled onto the aliens along the northmost side of the map. We didn't need to kill them, or even visit the area, because there wasn't even a map marker by them. But I wanted the alien blaster. Problem was that I had forgotten I had installed a mod that had spawned 2 more aliens with a couple more alien weapons from Fallout 3. I had underestimated them, and we had died. Taking out our anti-material rifle, we made quick work of them. After dealing with them, we went west from there. Hid an artificial barrier of blockage, found Ruby Hill Mine, and went inside. We didn't have to clear this mine, but I wanted to sell the weapon that was inside of there, and I figured the lake lurks wouldn't be too challenging. This cave is a gigantic circle, with a section that makes you go underwater. When you surface, there are lake lurks waiting for you. We died pretty quickly due to that. So we circled back around the other side of the cave so that we could take out these lake lurks from a safe distance. On our first attempt, we almost successfully killed every last one of them, but the last one got us with his brain blast. On our second attempt, we almost got them all again, but one got through our shotgun bursts. On to our third attempt, we were no longer messing around. We took out our alien weapons and got 3 of them. We fell back enough so that we were able to quick save. We took out the last couple no problem with a sniper rifle and stealth. Leaving that cave, we went toward Silver Peak Mine. This was a mistake, as I had forgotten that this cave was filled with cazadors, and walked right into the middle of the cave with little disregard, and we died almost immediately. We tried everything from a sniper rifle to a lever-action shotgun, from an alien blaster to landmines, but alas, we just did not have strong enough gear. In total, we died 8 times in that cave. We left that cave feeling defeated, but you bet your sweet biddy we would be back to it, mark my words. Moving on, we found Jacobstown and then went to Crimson Caravan and the Gunrunners to trade. I knew the vault was east from here somewhere, so we wandered around until we spotted a golden gecko. This was very good news, as one of the vaults had golden geckos out front, so moving forward we cleared all of the geckos. But this vault was not the vault I was looking for, as the radiation in this vault was far too high, so we planned on coming back to this vault once we got enough radaway. And so we went back to Vault 22, because we had forgotten some jumpsuits, and apparently we had forgotten some spore carriers. We died twice to the same spore-carrying brute. Collecting all of those suits, we went back to Sarah to drop them all off. For those who don't know, if you give Sarah enough vault jumpsuits, she will agree to have sex with you. Our next goal was to head toward Vault 3, which was inside of Fiend territory. As soon as we entered the Fiend area, we died due to poor marksmanship and a Fiend with a plasma rifle. When we loaded back in, this Fiend was walking right toward us and we died once again. We died 5 more times here, but eventually we had some good luck. We took out the one with the plasma rifle and hid behind some cover. The one with the shotgun came running around the corner and missed both of his shots, so we shot the shotgun right out of his hand and took care of him. We were then in hidden, so we quick-saved. After that, we moved toward the vault entrance and took all of them out no problem, using distance and a suppressed sniper rifle. Hard saving, we took out our shotgun and entered the vault. We immediately moved back and into the corner because if you do that, the fiend at the door doesn't talk to you. We quick saved, and from there, we tried to get a sneak attack critical on them, but the vault council was in the way and we died. Next, we tried throwing frag grenades, but with no luck. They overwhelmed us and we died again. I was seriously starting to wonder if we would even be able to clear this vault in the state that we were in, since we were seriously lacking some close quarters gear. So we moved up to the fiend that we were supposed to talk to when we entered this vault initially, to see if we had enough speech to wander the vault freely. We didn't, so out of frustration I took her life, and we died shortly after. Loading back in, we checked our inventory to see that we had a speech skill mag this entire time, so we used that and now we could wander the vault freely. We went straight to Motor Runner, which is the fiend boss of this vault. We wanted to at least kill Motor Runner before we started looting, and I also wanted him dead for a little bit of NCR reputation, so we started laying some mines, which mind you did bub kiss. Our plan was to get a good critical and run away so that he would follow us into the minefield. There were only a couple of fiends who had ballistic weapons, so we needed to keep an eye on them the most. As you can see, this strategy did not work out well. We died 10 times before we decided we needed to change our entire approach to this encounter. We aligned ourselves in an area where the melee fiends wouldn't be able to hit us, while still having an excellent shot on Motor Runner. We took him out and one of his guard dogs before the other one ran out of the room. That's when a fiend with a gun ran into the doorway and shot us, and we died. But we were making progress, ladies and gentlemen, so we used the exact same tactic again, this time taking the marksman rifle out as soon as Motor Runner was dead. We blindly and frantically unloaded on the one in the doorway, and we got a hit on his pistol, and they picked it back up. But we killed them before they had a chance to use it. We quick-saved and waited for any more fiends to come by. One came and picked up the pistol, and we killed them before they had a chance to use it. We quick-saved again. We killed them one by one till our status was hidden, and we quick-saved and moved forward slowly. But it turns out the entire vault had forgiven me. We were once again free to explore. We looted everything we could carry from the vault and dropped off the suits to Sarah. We then went to the Van Graffs and stole everything that they had off of the shelves and sold it back to them. We then went to Hidden Valley to start the Brotherhood's main quest line for some easy experience. Now, I know, folks, technically speaking, a bomb collar is an article of clothing, but Cutthroat made an exception, for it really was against our will to wear it, and it didn't really give us any DT. It was only meant to blow our heads off if we left Hidden Valley. And finally, since there wasn't going to be much of any combat while we wore it, slave collars were officially allowed for this run. After we'd told the ranger to leave the area, we leveled up. Our current stats are on screen right now. After finishing up that quest, we went toward the Brotherhood Patrol by Black Mountain, as we could grab those holo tags without killing a single super mutant. We went and sold the patrol's gear, and I fast-traveled back to the entrance of Black Mountain. I wanted to give it a go for some reason. For those who have forgotten, this was the second time we were coming through these parts. We died our second death here in episode 1 to a falling rock. We used a similar path we took way back when, keeping an eye on every pebble, every stone, and it was here that we encountered our first super mutant. Well, actually it was 3 of them, all of them walking down the hill and toward our location. We fell back and hopped onto an antenna to try to hide. And we died? At the time, we had no idea what had killed us. Loading back in, we decided to go in guns blazing. We didn't survive for long. At this point, I didn't think we would be able to clear Black Mountain, plus we didn't have enough 50 BMG explosive rounds, so we fast-traveled back to the gun runners, waited 3 days to get as many as possible, and during that time, the game had crashed. After trading, we had completely forgotten about Black Mountain and made our way toward Nellis Air Force Base. Now, we died a lot here. I didn't know how exactly to show every death without boring you, so kick back, relax, and enjoy. After the smoke had cleared and we had finally reached the fence, we had died a total of 28 times. We spoke to their leader and went to go clear some ants for them, which wasn't challenging in the slightest. We grabbed Thump Thump and the Brotherhood Patrol's holotape and we departed Nellis. After that bloodbath, we went around and discovered random locations across the Mojave. At one point, we had ran past an ant. I had thought that this was a regular ant, but it ended up being a fire ant, so it torched my dumbass for that mistake. After taking out all of the fire ants, we found Vault 11. This was great, as this vault was extremely easy till the end on normal playthroughs, since it was filled with only mantises and rats. That being said, we died before we even reached the vault door. This vault was similar to Vault 3. Clear the vault and then loot all of the suits. But while turning a corner, a mantis had gotten a hit on us and we had died. While doing the underwater section, we had died. I had assumed it was because we ran into an object a weird way or something, so we tried that section again and died right around the same time. We were taking too much radiation. You see, once you reach the first level of radiation sickness, you take a little bit of damage. So we took some RadAway and we finally opened up the Overseer's terminal. For those who don't know, this vault ran a very sick experiment, which left everyone in the vault dead. Without spoiling too much, the Overseer's office was actually a sacrificial chamber, filled with many robots in close quarters combat that would kill me on sight. So we took a stealth boy and waited for the presentation to play and the robots to appear. We snuck past them and into the mainframe room, and from there we tried to use an automatic grenade launcher, but with no luck. The ceiling-mounted turret wasn't too affected by the explosions. We needed to be more precise, so our next strategy was to hit the combat inhibitor on one of the sentries with our suppressed sniper rifle. We would then close the door and wait for them to kill everything or die trying. Rinse and repeat. We finished everyone off in this vault. We turned in our suits to Sarah, and she now had enough suits to find Cutthroat appealing enough to sleep with, so we had sex with Sarah. And it was here that we had decided to end it, dying a total of 71 times, crashing only once, and only having sex with one person. But we did get to Nellis Air Force Base, dying only 28 times in the process of navigating the bombardment. Thank you all so much for watching. This video took a very long time to count all of the deaths and make. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow my Twitch. It would mean the absolute world to me. Also, please don't forget to leave a comment about what you think of this run so far, and let me know how many times you think we'll crash by the end. I'd love to hear what you guys have to think and say. Unfortunately, we have stopped the New Vegas Monday streams for now, at least till we get this run out on YouTube. Otherwise, we play a lot of cross out on Twitch, which is always tons of fun. And of course, a special thanks goes out to tobirevblackfire for sharing his amazing talents, the folks over at EFAP for motivation, the Mitton squad for inspiration, and every one of you Twitch subs for your continued support. Thank you guys so much. You guys are absolutely amazing, and peace out.